Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
A U.S. Senate candidate reacts to the Supreme Court's Obamacare ruling. Also, a state Senate candidate picks up an endorsement. Plus, a local cancer center has received a prestigious certification. All of these stories, and will we cool off to the 90s by the weekend?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and here are the top stories that we're working on for you at this hour. It was a 5-4 vote. The U.S. Supreme Court on Thursday upheld President Obama's controversial overhaul of the nation's health care system. Chief Justice John Roberts sided with the court's 4 liberal members in making up the majority. The decision to uphold the Affordable Care Act with its individual mandate forcing people to buy health insurance was based on the government's taxing authority. Republican U.S. Senate candidate Sarah Steelman tells 18 Eyewitness News she was disappointed and infuriated by the High Court's ruling.
They've said you have to go purchase insurance, and if you don't buy it, then it is perfectly constitutional to penalize you for not buying something that the federal government told you to get. Now, that's outrageous. That is taking away our freedoms. I am baffled about why Justice Roberts went with the majority on that.
Steelman says because of the penalty that could be incurred for not buying insurance, the law becomes a tax increase as well. Now, Steelman says if she's elected to the Senate, she will vote to repeal Obamacare. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our hot forecast. Another one, right, Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. It's another hot day here in southeast Missouri. 100-plus degree weather, and it's still hot out there. 103 in Cape Girardeau, as well as in St. Genevieve and Fredericktown. 102 in Van Buren and 102 right now in Ellington. As we head through the evening hours, 7 p.m., 101 sunny skies, clear skies for the rest of the evening, 92 by 9, 83 by midnight. It's just going to be a hot, muggy evening here in southeast Missouri. And it looks like the heat advisory has been extended at least through Sunday evening, and that's all the orange counties here listed in our region. Down here to our south in the red, that's an excessive heat warning, which has been issued for southern parts of our viewing area, and that's in effect until 7 p.m. on Sunday as well. I'll give you more details on the heat coming up later in weather.
Republican 3rd District State Senate candidate Terry Varner has received the endorsement of Missouri Right to Life. Varner says he began his relationship with the pro-life movement more than 30 years ago, and he firmly believes that citizens can take back control of the government.
But over a period of time, we can get our country back to what our founding fathers envisioned, and controlled by the citizens and not controlled by parties or lobbyists. Our PACs. And that's what's happening. The politicians are being bought off and paid for, and we have to stop that.
Varner will face Farmington businessman Gary Romine in the August 7th Republican primary for State Senate's 3rd District. With southeast Missouri experiencing record heat over the next few days, we wondered why it was so hot. Meteorologist Jason Goslin of the National Weather Service in St. Louis tells 18 Eyewitness News that a very large ridge of high pressure is creating our heat.
It's bringing the very, very warm air from the southwestern U.S., basically streamlining it right towards us. And unfortunately, once it gets here, not going to be a lot of change in the next 6 to 7 days.
The dry southwest air is also responsible for greatly reducing Missouri's typical summer humidity. For a little perspective, Goslin notes Missouri's average June temperature is right about 88 degrees. With just a little over 6 months before the opening of their new $173 million facility, Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center is announcing their cancer center has received a prestigious certification. The center has again received a 3-year accreditation with commendation by the Commission on Cancer of the American College of Surgeons. Spokesperson Tiffany Jenkins tells 18 Eyewitness News that the certification sets Poplar Bluff Regional apart from other hospitals in the area.
There's only 30% of the hospitals in the country that actually receive this accreditation. So that's probably the part we're most proud of, is the fact that we're one of only few hospitals in the country that actually have that accreditation.
Jenkins says to achieve the accreditation, their cancer center had to demonstrate excellence in a number of areas, including clinical services, research, community outreach, and quality improvement. When we come back, a brush fire consumes 300 acres in Iron County. That story coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day and 6 months same as cash financing. No hassle leasing and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customer. In Donovan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance.
Sing a song about the Heartland. Sing a song about my life.
Oh, the blood of Jesus washes. Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
A 300-acre fire in Iron County closed Highway 32 at County Road 73 for a time Thursday due to heavy smoke. The brush fire was mostly confined to U.S. Forest Service lands between County Roads 72 and 73. There were no injuries or evacuations caused by the blaze. Multiple fire crews led by the Forest Service battled the heat and the blaze, which was extinguished Friday morning. Authorities are investigating the cause of a fuel dock fire at Sundowner Marina on Wapapello Lake Thursday afternoon. The Army Corps of Engineers got a call at around 12:16, and when they arrived, the dock was engulfed in flames. The dock and a building used as a store and office sustained quite a bit of damage. A pontoon boat owned by the marina's owner was also a total loss. No fuel or oil products did get into the lake. The owner says the boat ramp and marine will still be open. The Wayne County Sheriff's Department, Missouri State Highway Patrol, State Fire Marshal's Office, and the ATF are investigating that blaze. Bismarck's Freedom Fest is expected to be bigger and better than ever. Festivities get underway Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock with a Battle of the Bands and a street dance. Chamber of Commerce President Mel Jordan tells 18 Eyewitness News the fun continues on Wednesday morning at 9 when the parade steps off.
It'll start at the Bismarck Church of God and the Bismarck Baptist Church parking lots. They're joining. It'll go down Veterans Drive to Center Street and make a right, come down Center Street to West Main Street here by the depot. It'll make a left and go back down to the church parking lot.
Jordan says Freedom Fest will feature rides, a classic car cruise-in, kids' games, and entertainment throughout the day.
We've got Ground Zero, which is a local group. We've got County Line out of St. Louis. They're a country band. They're really good. Also Dave Black and the Berry Brothers are going to be performing that night. And then Brandon S. And then we have a praise and worship band from the Bismarck First Baptist Church that's going to start us off for the day.
Freedom Fest in Bismarck will culminate with a fireworks display at 9 o'clock. While some cities have canceled their fireworks display, Bonne Terres will light up the evening skies on July 4th. Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Nancy Dill.
It'll be on top of the chat dump, so you can watch it from anywhere in town. It'll be at dusk, and it's the reason we're having it because we're having it up on tap dump where it's all rock and it's not going to endanger anything. We got some extra fire trucks just in case, but we're having it as planned.
Nancy notes the city has closed the ball fields because of the upcoming state softball tournament. However, the city park will be available for viewing the fireworks. Still to come on 18 Eyewitness News, it may look like a typical playpen for pets, but this one is different. We'll find out how these little guys are making a big impression on scientists next in today's Your Health.
More summertime heats in store for the weekend. I have all the details coming up next in weather.
When someone comes in a mental areas emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Storm Tracker 18 Weather is brought to you by CNC Distributing.
Devastating tornadoes can destroy your home in just seconds. Are you and your family protected? I'm Clinton Bailey with CNC Distributing, and I want to introduce you to the best storm shelter anywhere. Our storm shelters will seat up to 15 people comfortably. They have lights and ventilation, and most importantly, they will save your family from the devastation of tornadoes. Remember back in the day about everyone had some sort of storm shelter, and now you can too. Let me show you how affordable our storm shelters are. Call me, Clinton, at 573-330-8869.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. More summertime heat is here, and it's going to last for the next several days here in southeast Missouri. Let's take a look at weather headlines, and as you can see, a heat advisory is in effect until 7 p.m. on Sunday, with some counties down to our south under an excessive heat warning, which is also in effect until 7 p.m. on Sunday. Temperatures are going to continue to be over 100. And again, no relief is in sight. Here in southeast Missouri, it's 103 in Cape Girardeau, 102 in Poplar Bluff, 102 in Ellington. A lot of 102s out there. 103 in St. Genevieve and Fredericktown, 102 in Piedmont, and 102 in Festus. Here at the station, we have a current temperature of 103 under a sunny sky. Feels like 104 with 60 as our current dew point, 23% humidity, and a southwest wind at 5 miles per hour. Another warm day is expected for tomorrow. A lot of sunshine, warm air is pushing through. This heat wave that we're seeing is affecting over 27 states and over 45 million people, so it's hot here in the United States. So for tonight, clear skies, low around 75, light to variable wind, 73 in Cape Girardeau, 72 in Piedmont, Potosi 72, as well as in Ellington, Van Buren 70, and 74 in Poplar Bluff. Tomorrow, a lot of sunshine. 102 is our daytime high here, maybe 103, 104. 104 in Festus through St. Genevieve, 103 in Potosi, 104 in Ellington, as well as in Piedmont, and 103 in Poplar Bluff. The next several days are looking like this here in southeast Missouri. We're seeing a lot of sunshine with temperatures in the hundreds. 102 on Sunday, 101 on Monday, and then we're seeing a temperature of 99, a little bit cooler on Tuesday with most of the sunny skies. 101 on Wednesday, 4th of July. Thursday cooling down to 99. 98 degrees on Friday. So it's going to be a hot one for the next several days. And that's checking your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details are located at Froggy96online.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
Dustin, thanks a lot. And now Don Arnold is here with a look at... Thanks a lot, Dustin. And from getting too much sunlight to breathing too much secondhand smoke, we all know that our environment can increase our risk of getting cancer. But a new study indicates that a healthy environment could help folks get rid of cancer. Clark Powell reports this study could someday change the way we think about our habits and our surroundings.
In an effort to see just how much environments can impact cancer, doctors Matthew Deering and Lake Cow designed a simple test. At Ohio State's Comprehensive Cancer Center, they took 25 identical mice and put 5 of them in a standard pen. Nothing fancy, but comfortable. The other 20 they put here in a so-called enriched environment with running wheels, toys, and tubes. And without any further treatment, saw a remarkable difference.
What we found was that, as we had predicted, is that enriched environment caused a reduction in the cancer size by about approximately half in the 3-week, but by 80%, almost 80% after 6 weeks.
And in 1 out of 5 of these mice, the cancer was gone entirely. And the only difference was this bigger, busier pen. It produced what's known as the enrichment effect. At first, scientists thought these mice were healthier simply because they were exercising more. So they put a running wheel in the smaller pen, but it didn't help.
Physical exercise itself could not account for the enrichment effect.
Instead, scientists found that it had more to do with certain genes in the brain. In this bigger, busier playpen, mice had higher levels of a gene called BDNF, which boosts the immune system and cuts down on fat hormones linked to cancer. It proved to be a powerful combination. But it's not like these mice were on vacation. Their stress levels were actually higher, but in a healthier way.
It's not about just avoiding stress, it's about actually having an environment that gives you stimulation both mentally, physically, and socially.
As for how all this translates to humans, well, scientists say we have the same genes and the same hormones, and may show the same positive results given the right environment. At Ohio State University's Comprehensive Cancer Center, this is Clark Powell reporting.
Here's a promising step for research in the future. Scientists say they were able to give the sick mice higher levels of the gene BDNF, and it helped control their cancer. This could someday lead to research into new medicines and therapies for use in humans. And all this study took more than just 4 years to complete. Coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News, the ultimate happy ending for a marriage that was destroyed. On today's Focus on the Family with Dr. Bill Meyer.
And coming up in sports, the Cardinals welcome the Pirates to Busch Stadium for the start of a weekend series. The Blues are bringing back another one of their unrestricted free agents, and 2 Missouri Tigers were selected in Thursday's NBA draft. These stories and more coming up in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
Your health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge, where caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment. With a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy, just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit. When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News with Jeremy Martin.
The Cardinals are 4-2 against the Pirates this season, but trail Pittsburgh by a half game for second place in the National League Central. The 2 clubs will battle for position when they open a 3-game series tonight at Busch Stadium. St. Louis will send Adam Wainwright to the hill against Pittsburgh's Kevin Correa. Wainwright has gone 7 innings in his last 3 starts, allowing 2 earned runs or fewer in each of those appearances. He'll have the offensive support of a Cardinals lineup that's lately been rolling. During St. Louis's recent winning streak, the Cardinals were hitting .458 with runners in scoring position. From June 1st through the 21st, the team hit just .232 in those situations. The Blues are bringing back another one of their unrestricted free agents. 3 days before the free agency window opens, veteran center Scott Nickel re-signed with the club, agreeing to a one-year contract extension worth $650,000. The 37-year-old Nickel played his first season with the Blues last year, posting 3 goals and 5 assists in 80 games. He led the club with a 57.6 face-off winning percentage. The Blues also have 2 remaining restricted free agents without contracts, David Perron and TJ Oshie. If they are unsigned by Sunday, they would have the right to sign offer sheets with other teams, but the Blues would have 7 days to match those offers. 2 of Missouri basketball's biggest stars from last season's 30-win campaign will begin their professional careers this summer in the NBA. Kim English and Marcus Denman were each selected in the second round of the 2012 NBA draft on Thursday. English was drafted 44th by the Detroit Pistons and Denman 59th by the San Antonio Spurs. It's the first time since 1989 that 2 Tigers have gone in the same draft. Byron Irvin went number 22 overall to Portland that year, and Gary Leonard went number 34 to Minnesota. And as Brian Schottenheimer prepared for the 2011 NFL Draft, one player that continued to catch his eye was a tight end out of Wisconsin named Lance Kendricks. But before Schottenheimer had a crack at selecting him, the Rams scooped up Kendricks in the second round. Fast forward a year, and Schottenheimer is now the offensive coordinator of the Rams and is getting the chance to work with Kendricks, who returns after an up-and-down rookie season. Tight end figures to be one of the most heated battles for roster spots in this year's training camp, but Kendricks figures to be the team starter on opening day. During the offseason program, Kendricks did a little bit of everything, lining up as a fullback, playing some on the line, and splitting out wide. The amount of work was a challenge that Kendricks took head-on, drawing praise from Schottenheimer for his work. And that's a look at sports. We'll be back with today's Your Life segment right after this on 18 Eyewitness News.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-587-709.
Marital troubles plague most couples at one time or another. But as Dr. Bill Meyer points out in today's Focus on the Family, it's all in how you handle them.
Marriage problems are the most difficult, emotionally gut-wrenching problems that anybody can go through. And particularly if you're at a point where you have already divorced or you're considering divorce, it's a very difficult state to be in.
John and Deborah lived through that experience. They called it quits after 7 years of marriage.
I had no idea how to treat a woman, none. I was clueless. Every time I tried something, it just seemed to backfire. I was a pretty angry person, and so I took that out on her, so I ran her off.
We both were trying to fill our emotional needs through each other, putting a lot of pressure on each other for our happiness, our personal happiness.
Add in stress from John retiring and his son coming to live with them, and they reached the breaking point.
People describe divorce as being worse than death, because in death there's a finality to that. But in divorce, the reality is that other person is still alive, and you still have to deal with that person. You still have to forgive them.
As John and Deborah worked through that process of dealing with emotions and forgiveness over the next few years, they began to wonder if they'd bailed out too soon.
Research is showing over and over again that couples refine and rediscover that romance.
They both wish they'd given their marriage the chance to bounce back, to rediscover that romance.
I'm sorry for the years I missed, but I'm just thankful for having what we have now.
And what do they have now? A second marriage to each other.
I feel very lucky to be able to go back and heal that feeling of failure.
Commitment is what sustains us. Joy and happiness and passion, those things come as a result of doing the right things. Those things can return no matter how distant that they may feel.
John and Deborah say those feelings can return even after splitting up. Now they counsel other couples not to give up too easily. For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, you can visit FocusOnTheFamilyTV.com. Well, in today's Plugged In movie review, we look at the new film, People Like Us.
So I hear you closed the deal. What's that in commission, about 80K? 84. 84,000, that should just about cover your debt.
In the movie People Like Us, Sam is a quick-talking guy who knows his way around a shady deal. But when his estranged record producer father passes away and Sam heads home for the funeral, he's faced with a shady situation he never expected.
Hi, Sam. It's your father's attorney. I'd like to talk to you about your father's estate.
A lawyer presents him with a toiletry bag full of money and a note from his dad. Turns out, Sam isn't an only child after all. He's got an illegitimate sister somewhere in LA, and she has a trouble-prone, fatherless son of her own.
$150,000. I'm supposed to give to some woman and kid I've never even met?
At first, Sam is thinking he'll just thumb his nose at the old man's wishes and keep the bundle of dough for himself. But then his curiosity gets the best of him. He seeks out this sister stranger and slowly finds himself longing for some kind of family he never knew he had.
She has my father's eyes and his nose.
I don't understand. You don't have any sisters.
I do now. Really great.
This character-driven drama has solid things to say about the joyful rewards of good family choices and relationships and the painful costs of bad ones. It's a film that certainly keeps you pulling for a happy ending. But to get there, viewers have to wade through lots of foul language, heavy drinking, long-winded deceit, and discussions of some pretty rough-edged behaviors. So I'll give People Like Us 2.5 vinyl albums out of 5 for family friendliness. For more on this film or reviews of anything else playing at your local theater, visit us at pluggedin.com or download our smartphone app. Plugging you into the movies, I'm Cheryl Wilhelmy for Focus on the Family's Plugged In Movie Review.
You can find reviews of other current movies, DVD releases, as well as music, games, and TV shows, all at pluggedin.com.
If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh, commonly called a bladder sling, you may be entitled to a significant cash award. Many women implanted with this device have suffered discomfort, excruciating pain, and even incontinence. The FDA has even warned that pelvic meshes may cause serious injuries, including pain, scarring, infection, incontinence, and discomfort. If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh,
call the Rely On Group at 800-79.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Record-setting temperatures across the heartland today. Dustin Kopp, what did we get up to?
We got up into about 106, 107, depending on where you are. It got warm today, and it's just going to continue to be warm. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. As you can see, more warm weather on the way. 102 for Saturday and Sunday, 101 on Monday, 99 on Tuesday, back to 101 on Wednesday, 99 on Thursday, and 98 on Friday. So a little bit of a cool down by the end of next week, but we're still going to be on the hot side.
You know, a lot of the communities around not having fireworks, Farmington's not having theirs, Fredericktown's not going to have theirs, Piedmont not having theirs, Perryville, all around. I believe Park Hills and Bismarck, I believe, are going to have their fireworks.
Bonne Terre as well.
Bonne Terre as well. So looks like those cities are going to be packed with people watching fireworks.
Yeah, and it's going to be hot. So a lot of people are going to be crammed together, and it's going to be hot, so I'd bring a lot of water with you.
You betcha. Folks, that does it for the newscast tonight. Dustin and I will be back at 10. Have yourself a blessed evening, and God bless everyone.
Have a good evening, everybody. Newswatch is next. We'll see you tonight at 10.
Here's what's coming up tonight on KDKZ 18.